Hello, my single solitary viewer, and welcome back to I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on the VintageCraft SMP, VintageBeef's patron server. We've got some people here, most of which, actually all of which, have decided to choose death at least once. Even AncientBunny, as Megagran would say. AncientBunny. But of course, I remain with the fat egg of death. And I don't know what I'm doing. That's the life of SMP. I don't know. I often like make things up, and you know, things end up working out somehow. But this time, oops, you know, I'm dumb. You know I'm dumb when I don't even replant. You know, Sten would be mad. He took the time to make this elaborate cocoa bean farm for me and himself. And I'm like, I don't even replant. By the way, over there is Jimmy's X base. We know Jimmy moved away. And I'm in the midst of taking down that warehouse, this one, this one. I'm taking it down slowly because I'm only going over there to grab some pieces I need as I build. Will we have permission to remove this? Because I know that Jimmy moved away, it turns out. But left behind the butte. And I was wondering, you know, does that mean, what does it mean? Can we remove? Can we not remove? How do we remove? Do we remove or not remove? 3? Is 3 the number? And the number shall be 3. 4 shall be too much. 5, like way too much. Okay, I'm sorry to revert to a Monty Python routine. Bum. Do we have? There's nothing like an ender chest to find some bones, right? Nothing like an end chest to find some bones. I'm gonna give Sten some bone meal. There you go. He's gonna sort that out for me at some point. He's gonna have some fun trying to organize everything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, dang it, I've added, actually maybe a little tour first might be more apropos. Maybe it would be more apropos. But I've added a few things. Actually, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make, because I think with 19 I have enough. So let's put that there for now, and we'll get back to it. And I'm working on increasing, you know, the efficiency of the place, and I like that there's elevators, and I could like just stick to these elevators. But I just wanted more, so I'm working on a set of stairs that will go all the way to the top. And, you know, it's going to be hidden inside the mountain, so nobody will know. And been working on cleaning the glass. And as you see, it's not a greenhouse, it's a brown house. Or perhaps you might say a poop house. I was removing the snow and actually punched through the glass instead. Like a derp. So now I see that the brown house, it's not a greenhouse, it's a brown house, will not be snowproof. That's a little bit annoying. That just slightly annoys me. Will we have to put like way more like glowstone and stuff inside the glass? What should we gonna do? Or do we keep the snow in this brown house? I mean, the you know, the sun goes through, the sky goes through in the windows, so it's not a problem in terms of you know, making stuff grow. Everything's growing quite nicely. Ain't no problem. By the way, yes, the grass has grown. So I didn't know if I wanted to put planks here, or maybe just a nice little path. I think maybe the path is gonna look nice. I'm totally fine with the path. Totally fine with the path. I relocated a lot of crops to different areas. At first, I had some stuff on these wings here, but I didn't like it. So right now, I don't know what the function of these is gonna be quite yet, but I don't like the crops on it. So I moved the crops down to the floor below the melons and the pumpkins, and it's a lot more suitable. Oh my god. I suck so much. Okay, there you go, path. Let's try that. I mean, we have the path in the other section, so maybe it works. Maybe it will work. If it doesn't, we can replace. Everything's growing fine. And now it's time to put the finishing touches on the floor here, because I went to the resource world and I went hunting for some fishies. So, aha. So the fish that I had put in here, actually I put him back in one of the buckets, so he's actually in one of the buckets, but it looks like he wasn't despawning, so I don't think I'm going to need to name them. I can just drop them in here, turn by turn. There you go. Look at these beautiful fishies. We can just populate this aquarium, basically. Make it as lively as we can. None of them will have mates. They're all single for life, unless they want to, you know, go do some extra species mating and dating. But that's about it. It looks like they like the corners. The middle is no bueno, but the corners apparently are really, really cool. That's weird. That's weird. Why are they sticking to the corners? Is that planned in the fish AI, or at some point they'll spread out? Because they've divided themselves into corners, and now they're just, yep, we're sticking in corners. That's all we're gonna do. This is weird. Okay. And we're gonna have a floor. Floor. And it's gonna be a little bit stripy. I'm gonna try it. I'm making things up as I go. But there you go. I'm gonna try some stripes. Oh no! Okay. It's not the end of the world. I misplaced one block. Nobody died, maybe. Maybe nobody died. Okay. So let's say that's roughly enough. And I fill out the rest with brown glass. How would that be? Maybe actually I want to put a little more blue glass, or light blue glass. Yeah, a little more light blue glass, and have the dark blue be a little more sparse. A little more sparse, but not completely. Just for a little dab of color. I don't know why I wanted to make something a little more eccentric for the aquarium floor. Just a dash of color. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe it's too distracting and we can't really see the fish enough. Maybe if they didn't hang out in the corners so much, right? Cheeky little fish. I wonder if they'll always stay there in the corners, because if so, I'm going to need to remove this one under the end chest and replace it with glass. Definitely replacing it with glass. And the easiest to see through may be the light blue. Actually, it might have been the dark blue. Still, you know, you gotta see them fishes. Okay, that'll have to do. That'll have to do. I still have a lot of building stuff to do in here in I don't know what I'm doing town. Oh, I made some automated furnaces for the fun of it, because it looks like Sten likes that. So, I don't know. I added some inside. And, well, we keep on building. So the Brownhouse is, getting closer and closer to, some kind of completion. And I just noticed here, I'm not sure if I want that like that, or if I want to bring out another layer. I think I'm going to want to bring out another layer, remove a little bit of glass. We'll see. There's a lot of things that are done and undone because there's a lot of improvisation, which usually works out just fine for me without too much trouble. But in this case, in this build, in this area, for whatever reason, what I tend to improv does not seem to work the first time. That's okay. You take it down and do something different. For example, I was thinking of putting a path here, which seems like the most logical one, but I did a lot of terraforming to reduce the height of this part of the mountain so that you have a clear access to the front entrance of this thing. Leaving a little bit of a lake, I'm thinking maybe I could join this either here or actually through this cave right here. Join the tunnel that goes to the river over there. So I think that's a long-term project. But in terms of this, I think I'm gonna have to remove the side of the mountain road and replace it with the main road that will go here. And next to the iron farm and the villagers, and probably go back to my initial plan of having the terraformed road that goes between towers up here. But that's a lot of building and a lot of removing, and also there's the fact that the original build style that I figured out in building of the bridge, and then kind of failed on that first version of the warehouse. It's not really anywhere to be found in the Brownhouse. The Brownhouse, you know, the greenhouse, but with brown glass. The Brownhouse is does not have that style. It has some of the blocks, some of the palette is there, but it's not exactly the same style. So I'm gonna have to work on bridging those two. I'm gonna have to change also. I'm gonna have to figure out the path because I think this looks actually pretty nice in the jungle. For a kind of, you know, a rural path that is not taken very much, but it just doesn't work on the extreme hills. I've tried it over there. It doesn't look good. I'm going to need a different type of path. And I've got some possible ideas on how to do that. It's going to require a lot of terraforming. And either I'm going to try to increase the amount of cobble that I've had in other places or the amount of dark oak logs inside the terraforming. It's either or. There's two options and I haven't decided yet. I'm probably going to have to do tests. So, I'm going to the nether. Why? Because since I can't show off my builds at the moment, every time the place changes... I'm pretty sure that wasn't there before. Anyway, since I have failed to build something nice so far, it's not working out. I'm gonna show off the base of someone who has succeeded in building something pretty jazzy, and I'll see you there. So here we are, we're coming to it, and it's the base of the genius known as Cazz, who, as we all know, objectively speaking, is the best at everything she builds, seemingly. It's always great. And she can't be here in person, but she's here in spirit, obviously. Cazz has sacrificed herself in order to get her own head. And this is going to be her head museum. You can see she's got the cow and the guardian heads, and the dragon, of course, yeah. But here we are. We're in a... semi-Egyptian, semi-turtle area. You know, I'm okay with this. She keeps adding things that I haven't seen before. So, obviously, you've got the sphinxes, and this sphinx actually has an actual cat on top for some reason. Why not? why not? Let's start with this one, the Tabitha Temple, of course, named after her own cats, and that's the enchantment station. And you know, in her part of the world, you gotta have your sheep where the magic happens. That's how it goes. And of course, there's the turtle lake. I gotta be careful not to squish all the eggs. There's some nice little terraforming happening around Turtle Lake. Or Turtle Pond. Not sure which to call it. Oh, thank you. Experience bauble. I'll take that. And again, careful not to step on the eggs because you crush them and they are gone. Just having a quick little look at the terraform. And we'll go swimming with the turtles. I'm just hoping I can see a baby turtle. Baby turtle, baby turtle, baby turtle, how you doing? So tiny. Tiny, tiny turtle. Oh, swimming away. So tiny. Look at the tiny turtle. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, let's carry on then. I think that's a sign. I gotta get over the tiny title. The tiny tweedles. The tiny tweedles. The tiny tweedles. Some kind of aqueduct here at the back end. You can hear the pistons of some automatic farms. That's what's happening below this large pyramid that I probably shouldn't be scaling like this. I'm not gonna go through all the farms because if you go back there and you can get to all the farms and so on that are around here. This is the treasure room, of course, in the sarcophagus room, and it appears that Lasmark has been buried here. Of course, my own contribution, and it's definitely the most important one, is adding this bone. It's very important to be anatomically accurate as much as you can. Therefore, it's important that the butt bone be included. Otherwise, you know, what's it going to be connected to, right? And of course, Buffy, the other cat, that's where we came from from the portal. Remember, congratulations to Nug for obtaining his first Elytra, or her, or whichever. And the little house here with the horse and the chicken cooker and the fountain and the fish and the tweedle and the things inside. This is the brewing room where you know, the parties happen. And of course the bedroom where, you know, there's got to be some kind of party happening here because we got a triple bed. There's got to be some kind of, you know, to whatever happens in your bedroom that's your business. I'm not judging anyone for whatever they do in their triple beds. But yeah, the other enchantment station, apparently you need more than one. It's important to have as many enchantment stations as you can have, because that way everything is split. I'm not sure where I'm going with that. But there's Bruce, the polar bear. I just decided his name was Bruce. But that was it. But there you go. That's the quick tour of Cazz's base, because I wanted this episode to have one success story. at least that. One day I'll eventually build something nice, perhaps, if I don't get too discouraged. But otherwise, that's it for the Flouze Maker on the VintageCraft SMP, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye! Sponsored by the Flouze Crew on Patreon.